So today I want to talk about Earl Thomas, who was released by the Baltimore Ravens earlier this afternoon, and the Dallas Cowboys, my Dallas Cowboys, are the front runners. Here for it. All it's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. Today, I want to talk about Earl Thomas, who was released by the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. This after he reportedly got into a fist fight with a defensive back. The Baltimore Ravens means that like Deshaun Elliott is now next up at that spot, and they're going to need some help over there because like you also got Tony Jefferson, who's still a dude that they could go and sign because he's unsigned. Shout out to Tony because Tony could absolutely play. And I don't know why you would want to release Tony in the first place. But also, I'm a Tony Jefferson truther because I watched what that man did in a Mike Stoops defense, controlling the C gap and playing in cover 3. At 5'10", I might add, tackling machine. Like tackling fuel, tackling machine. But as for Earl Thomas is wild. And Earl Thomas has been wild since coming out of Orange, I think it's West Stark in Orange, Texas, where he played for the Mustangs and did all sorts of awesome things like, you know, have 112 career tackles in high school, return kicks, return touchdowns for return interceptions for touchdowns. Also gets into Texas and plays lights out at Texas. Might be one of the best defensive back to ever come out of Texas. Might be the best defensive back ever to come out of Texas. Gets drafted number 14 overall by the Seattle Seahawks and puts together a absolute career. Gonna be a Pro Football Hall of Famer. And then in year 10 with the Baltimore Ravens, well, let me back up here. First, we get this outstanding career with the Legion of Boom, him, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, the whole bit, win a Super Bowl. The man has had at least 3 seasons of 5 interceptions or more in the last 2 years. He's at 2, 3, and 2, right? This is also in year 10 for him at Baltimore, for which people remember, one, James White making a hell of a catch against him, but Earl Thomas played great coverage on him. And then people actually want to point out that, you know, Derrick Henry stiff-armed him and, like, stiff-armed him in the back when that was really what Derrick Henry was just doing. Like, Derrick Henry stiff-armed God, and then God was like, man, I made him just a little too strong. But what do people miss? Earl Thomas ran him down and saved a touchdown. Also, getting into the statistics, right? Like, I went and I looked this stuff up. So 38 tackles, 2 INTs, 4 pass breakups, 2 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and he made the Pro Bowl in year 10 of his career. All right, but it get better than that because I'm looking at this, and the final 6 weeks of the season, Earl allowed 4 yards receiving. 4. He was only thrown at 14 times all of last year. He played 547 snaps. That means that the ball was thrown at him 2.5 times every 100 attempts. Quarterback rating of 24.2. And then we're looking at what he was able to do from a completion standpoint. 42% of passes were completed against Earl Thomas in 2019. All right. You can say scheme, you can say pass rush, you can say a lot of things. What I'm going to say is that Earl Thomas is awesome. And that gets me into the other aspects of Earl Thomas, right? Because he got into a fight with Brandon Williams at the Cleveland Browns game, right? And then Nick Chubb had like 88-yard touchdown game in that. Then we got May 6th. We got Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas's girl tracked him down, woke him up at knife point. But this is after his girl, his wife, hacked his Snapchat account so that she could find him, called up 2 other chicks from in the crew and said, we gonna go and we gonna hide this fool. They go over there. She picks up his gun and starts terrorizing him. And then it was like the details from TMZ just got even more wild, right? So she picks up the gun, puts it to Earl's head, stating that she took out the magazine, thinking the gun could not fire. But cops say Nina was unaware, that's his girl, that the gun had a round in the chamber. Cops say one of the women in the house shot the cell phone video of the incident, because y'all always taking notes on a criminal conspiracy, which say they show Nina pointing the gun at Earl's head from less than a foot away, and it can be clearly seen that Nina's finger was on the trigger and the safety is disengaged. Fortunately for Earl, cops say that the Ravens defense back was able to wrestle the gun away. Like, that's the part that still get me. Like, I'm not trying to wrestle a gun away from a woman that is trying to shoot me and is very upset that I'm cheating on her right now. Like, that's not what I would try to do. But Earl, she's going to be Earl, right? Later, we find out that one of the women claimed that Nina and her friends carrying the knife were swinging it aggressively during the altercation. So everybody was trying to get at Earl. Everybody was trying to get at this man who walked down the aisle in his extravagant wedding wearing a crown. Like, that's the other part to get me. Yeah, he got married and, like, at the reception, he was getting topless. He was getting into all sorts of stuff. Now, what I also found to be interesting about their wedding is that the bridesmaid performed to Rihanna's work. Also, it's nice if you can get Anthony Hamilton to show up and sing, at your wedding. All those things happened for Earl Thomas. And now we got Earl Thomas, who might end up with my Dallas Cowboys, which means that I could end up with a defensive backfield that features Chidobe Awuzie. Then I get Trayvon Diggs. Then I get Clinton Dix. Then I got Earl Thomas. And when I want to go dime, I can bring in Daryl Worley and Reggie Robinson, right? Could see Jordan Lewis before them cats. You could see Brown for them cats. I understand. But you also got a defense that features Antoine Woods, Everson Griffin, right? You also got Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, DeMarcus Lawrence. Like, it's pure elation for me. And it's pure elation for me because I recognize Earl Thomas is awesome, meaning he's an awesome all-pro defensive back, and he's going to bring this awesome soap opera with him. Look, far as I'm concerned, the Dallas Cowboys are a circus. They are a big top, right? They are a tent where all sorts of dreams come true and all sorts of stories get told and all sorts of things get done. Remember, this is the team for which Charles Haley was on, where he chased... I can't believe this. He chased around his offensive coordinator buck naked, and his offensive coordinator, Norv Turner, was running from him. Like, this is Jimmy Johnson's Dallas Cowboys. And more than that, it's Jera's Dallas Cowboys. Dude that was pulling all-nighters with Mike McCarthy drinking Johnny Walker Blue, which is not inexpensive. And now you got Dak Prescott on a franchise tag, which is his own story. Zeke needs to have a better year after getting paid. You got CeeDee Lamb probably returning punts, maybe your third wide receiver, maybe your second. Michael Gallup still there, Amari Cooper still there. You add Blake Bell. You still got this great offensive line anchored by Joe Looney and La'el Collins. And on we go, right? Because, I look at the Dallas Cowboys and I see a Super Bowl champ. It's also my squad, so you can understand how I get there. But as we continue to talk about the prospects of Earl Thomas, I don't know what else you could hope for. You ain't got to trade for him. You already lost Jamal to the Seattle Seahawks because all of a sudden they just going all in on the secondary because Jamal Adams was that dude at the Jets, and then we had Greg Williams try to tell us that they're not gonna miss Jamal Adams. You must be crazy. You must be crazy. That might be the best LSU defensive back of all time. That includes Pat Peterson and Tyrann Mathieu. Stop playing with us, all right? Earl is also in that same stratosphere, right? He can do all of the things that you need a free safety to do. You can run single high. You can drop down into the box. You can run cover 3 and be great if you got the kind of dudes at corner with long speed. And that's what Reggie Robinson does. That's what Trayvon Diggs does. That's why they drafted those dudes. I'm here for it. I'm so excited about this, and I really love to see this happen. And I would love to see Earl bring Nina, because then I know it's going to be on and cracking. All right, that's it for me. Doses.